What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Singing the Tea. I am your host, Dustin, singer actor Lewis. And sometimes I sing, sometimes I give you all the reality TV tea, but it's always going to be what you want, and it's always going to be what you need. All right, y'all, welcome back. We are going to jump into another episode of Married. I would say Real Housewives. Another episode of Married to Medicine. So this is Married to Medicine, season 11, episode 2. Quad's got her groove back, and we finally see Quad's man. So that's really, really exciting. So we are going to jump right on in. If I have to rate this episode, y'all, I'm gonna be real. This episode was like a 7.58. Really wasn't. I love Married to Medicine. Married to Medicine, I will say, is honestly probably my favorite show on Bravo, right? But they're not giving me what I need this season. I don't know. It's just lacking something. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's missing something. Um, but yeah, we're gonna still talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. I told y'all I would. This is my show. I'm gonna always support my girls. So we're gonna jump on into it. But they're gonna have to bring it on up a little bit because it's not giving what it needs to give. All right, so jumping into the episode, it looks like Phaedra is dropping off. I can't remember which son it is. It's her oldest. Is he Mr. President or the youngest one? I can't remember. But she's dropping off her oldest. Look, he's going to high school. Y'all, it is crazy for him to be going to high school. Like, that's wild that we have been in his life for as long as we have. Honestly, since birth, since Real Housewives of Atlanta, and then seeing her transition. And remember when she dropped him off like at school, and then she was crying, and then yeah, it was just great to see that. Then we see Contessa with her daughter Layla in the kitchen. She was stealing them snacks and eating the French toast up. She's getting big, so it's great to see Layla growing up as well. And then we see Dr. Jackie over there helping the lady get her coochie moist. Listen, shout out to Dr. Jackie. Jackie don't always support the women's. We love it, Jackie, but that was a scene that you could have kept to yourself. All right, now we transition in this. Simone over here talking about some she got a shit. It was a lot going on when these past couple of minutes, child, but it was good to me. But Simone, I feel, because listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. I'm gonna let y'all in on my life. I've been trying some, like, it's called colon broom, and y'all, it is colon. It is broom in my colon. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all that I'm all right. But sometimes during the day, I be fighting for my life, child. But that's neither here nor there. But Simone is having a conversation with Cecil. She said, listen, the margaritas had her going, had her feeling the type of way, and they are running through her. And Simone, baby, I understand. But they start talking about her and Quad's relationship. And she's like, hold on. Like, first of all, Cecil, who invited Quad? How did she get there? And he apologizes. And he's like, you know what? That was on me. I invited her. I invited Quad to the party. I should have told you. And like she said, Quad's one of his favorites. He just really wanted to see her there. Like, he wants her to work it out just like he did with Jackie. He really wants her to work it out. Honestly, we do too. We want y'all to work it out. And like Simone says later on in the episode, we are just waiting on you to apologize, but we're going to circle back to that a little bit later. But hopefully y'all can work through that relationship and figure out what the true issue is so you don't keep ending up back here. I feel like that's the thing. When it comes to friendships go through ebbs and flows, right? But you should be able to figure out ways to navigate those spaces to not go through the same things over and over. So that's just my thing with that. So then after that, we see Sweet Tea and Greg. They going to dinner, and they sit down and they having a conversation, and Dr. G gets to talking about what was turning him on, and I was honestly disgusted. I mean, it really disgusted me because there's a lot of things that I would like to know in life, and that is not one of them. But great. That's great for y'all. I love that for y'all. You like for her to put on her glasses and it just really gets your gears going. Do he sound like a toddler toy? No, don't get me wrong. I know my voice is a little high pitched, but his voice is just real Mickey Mouse and Friends. It's real. I don't know. It's just real Fisher Price. I don't know. It's something with his voice that I don't. Do his voice turn y'all on? It doesn't. He's a handsome man. I would give him that. He's handsome, but when he gets to talking, that's like Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry return. Never mind. This ain't got nothing to do with these people. Tyler Perry, put me in one of your plays, child. Put me in a movie, a play. I can do Beauty and Black or whatever it is, Black Beauty. You can throw me on up in there. I wouldn't mind. getting a couple of dollars. I hear you pay real lovely. Tyler Perry, I'll come over there and dance all in the videos. But back to Married to Medicine. But, they get to talking about Sweet Tea having a conversation with Damon and that whole situation. And Dr. G's a little disappointed in Damon. And he feels like Damon needs to wrangle Heavenly in. And I think that Dr. Damon should have definitely a conversation because what Heavenly said online was a big deal. That was a big deal. So I think that Damon should say something in regards to what she stated. I think that outside of the show, something was said because if you follow Heavenly online with her YouTube channel, like she said, Daddy told her to get off and she had to go to Patreon. She couldn't do that anymore. But I think that he's wanting them to acknowledge it on the show because they keep bringing it up. So then within this conversation, we transition to Dr. Damon and Dr. Heavenly having the conversation in the music room. And she's like, did Scott, did he give you the inspiration? He's like, no, I just ain't been in here in a minute. I just want to come here and, mess with his stuff. But they have that conversation and once again, same. Heavenly feels like you got to be bold to come up and talk to my man. We already know how Heavenly is when it comes to Daddy. Don't talk to him. But yeah, I'm gonna be real. And then also too, do you think Heavenly told her that she thinks that Damon was cheating? Now I will say this: the frying pan situation. I think that happened like early on in their marriage. Possibly was there some infidelity, like maybe early on in their marriage? Possibly, quite possibly. They're human. Things happen. I don't know. But could that have been at some point? Sure. Why not? But I think that Damon and Greg kind of want the same things. They just both need to just acknowledge that. They both of them want the acknowledgement. But we know how Heavenly is. Sweet Tea is gonna be Sweet Tea, and it is what it is. They bring up having a baby again. I really hope they do. I hope that is something that they are truly looking into. I tell people this all the time. If it ain't working your way, try it a different way. I'm gonna just put it out there. Don't be selfish and try to have the baby the way that you want to have it. That ain't always God's plan. You gotta do what you gotta do. If you want the baby, sometimes you naturally it can't happen. That's why God put these people on this earth to help us have these children. Do what you gotta do if you really want the baby. And that's just that. I ain't no doctor. I ain't none of that. I'm just a regular old smuggler person over here in this world. But if I have to give you some advice that y'all ain't asked for, there you have it. So after that, we see that we transition over to Cash Doll. Listen, I love me some Cash Doll. But Cash Doll visits Dr. Jackie. She looked good. Cash Doll looked really, really good. Visiting Dr. Jackie, and she was talking about the incision and stuff. It's good to see Jackie do what she do. In life, there are things, we see people do certain things. Jackie has a calling, and that is her calling. Now I got chills. Listen, I ain't gonna preach to y'all today, but listen, it's a message. When you are doing your calling, can't nobody knock you off your game. And Jackie is doing what she was put here on this earth to do. My God, today. Absolutely. But we're going to transition out of that. And Quad is throwing a birthday party. She's throwing her party. We know that Quad is known. Miss Quad, she got it. And she is known for the parties. So Quad is getting ready to throw a party and she is dropping the invitations off to the ladies. She is doing it herself. We'd love to see that. I was trying to figure out what these other women in the car were going to do. But as soon as we get to Simone's business, we see that these ladies are dropping off the invitations. And they are the stewardess for the flight to Paris, a one night flight, fight night Paris edition at the Moulin Rouge. I really didn't know what the hell was going on, but it was something with the Moulin Rouge flying to Paris, and we had these stewardesses. Now with Simone, them stewardesses could have stayed in the car. That was just a touch. I hope Quad ain't paid too much for them women's. I hope they just did it pro bono just to be on the TV show because that was just a waste of space. But great. Simone looked good. Quad looked good when she was dropping off the invitations. It was great. Then, see, this is when it get messy. This is when the producers were like, let's get messy, child. Hey, Contessa, call Sweet Tea around your house, girl. Call Sweet Tea around here, and y'all come play a little pool. Y'all don't even know how to play pool. See, the scene, you could tell that they were just trying to fill it in. They were trying to fill it in with a little something. Because the girls didn't even know how to play pool. Contessa talked about, I didn't even know it was a white ball in pool. You definitely don't know how the hell to play pool because that's the one you hit the rest of the balls with, girl. Girl, you listen. The Lord don't give us everything, but He gave you the sense to be a doctor, and that's all that matters. But y'all was playing the pool, and you and Sweet Tea get to talking about Heavenly and Contessa. It's been so long, and I get, when you mad at somebody about something, you are mad at them, right? You can't tell somebody how long to be mad. But I feel like you've been off this show long enough, and you and Heavenly have been in spaces enough to where I feel like you should be over this issue. I get it, right? I get Heavenly said some things about your marriage, and T is fresh for her, so I get where T is coming from. It's fresh. Contessa, yours isn't fresh anymore. You were also on Heavenly Show, the YouTube channel. Contessa, you gonna have to let it go, baby. You really are. Like, we don't want no 7-year-old, 20-year-old, 5-year, 1-year old drama. Especially when we ain't even been on a show anymore. So we all moved past it. Let it go. We don't care about that drama anymore. Like, let it go. But with that, while they're back there, down there playing pool in the basement or whatever they are in her house, Quad pulls up and she has the invitation. So Contessa comes up and she's like, "Oh, come on, sweet tea, come on, girl, come to the door with me." Just real producers messy as hell. So she go to the door. Contessa grab her invitation. She's like, "Oh, Quad, tea here. You wanna?" And y'all, the people online is calling her Lipton's. I don't know why that shit is funny to me, but that is real funny. But good Lipton's is at the door, baby. She thought she was gonna get an invite. Quad said, baby, I gotta go." Quad, Quad said, bye, baby. I ain't finna say nothing to her. I ain't finna say nothing to her. And Contessa was like, "Oh, this is awkward. I feel bad." I mean, do we? Do we feel bad? Yes. Like, right. The natural, like, human nature of us, yes, we feel bad. But realistically, y'all would do the same shit. Don't even sit up here and act like y'all wouldn't. Comment if you would do the same thing that Quad did. Yo, ain't no ex of mine or my partner's or my ex's partner gonna come to my child, please. Absolutely not. Be gone with this. Go away from me with this. But they were messy as hell for all of that. Squad said I have to be on my way. That was good to me. And then the flight attendant, listen, the flight attendants, they said, you know what? We might not be on the plane. We might not be in the air, but we're in this car. And you got the air on, so we finna go ahead and be messy. Girl, who was that old lady with the glasses at the door? What? Ooh, you talking about that lady? Girl, that's my ex's new wife. Just messy. That scene was messy. Now, that scene was funny as hell because it was just messy. Messy, messy. The flight attendants, y'all might not have been needed to drop off the stuff, but y'all were needed to bring the mess. And I appreciate you for it. But that was good to me. Sweetie said, "Oh, I don't want to go to the party anyway." Yes, you do. You do want to go to the party. And girl, we understand that you want to go to the party, but you're not getting the invite today. Okay? On to the next thing, baby. So the ladies are starting to get ready for Quad's party, and then we see Heavenly and Jackie getting ready. It feels like that's how it's going to be divided up. We have Heavenly and Jackie on this corner, and then we have Quad, not Quad, Toya, Simone, and Contessa getting ready. Where was Phaedra? Hmm. Interesting. Phaedra did literally all we saw was Phaedra at the top of this episode, and then we saw her at the party. We didn't get anything from Phaedra this episode. Phaedra, you have to play with the girls. You're gonna have to play. I know you're going over there to Real Housewives. We already know, but while we watching this, play with the girls. We want to see that Traitors Phaedra. That's what we want to see, because baby, you had it going on Traitors. But the ladies are getting ready, and then we see that Heavenly and Jackie, their dresses are a little similar. They got a little see-through, little peekaboo on the dress. And Jackie was like, "Oh, girl, how you doing your hair?" Heavenly was like, "Yeah, I ain't got to worry about no hair, but I got all this ass back here." And Jackie said, "Is that body by Jesus?" Yeah, Jesus took this fat. Listen, Heavenly knew what she said. You know what? God don't give you everything. But God gave me this belly, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move this belly back into this ass. I know that's right, Heavenly. Use what you got to get what you want. That is exactly what I'm talking about, Heavenly. And you look good. You look good, Heavenly. So then after that, we transition to the other ladies, Simone, Toya, and Contessa getting ready. And then Contessa is telling the ladies about how awkward it was when Quad showed up to give the invite. She said she felt bad because Sweet Tea was there. And realistically, y'all, you wouldn't invite your your ex's partner. Like, that's the whole thing. And we're gonna talk about that a little bit later too in the episode when Quad brings it up at the party. But that's just something that realistically you just wouldn't bring up. You wouldn't invite them. But Toya and Simone were having a conversation about their relationships with Quad. Toya's like, hey, we feel like we're in a good place. We're not letting anybody else influence our relationships. Good thing. Smart. Smart on you to do. Don't let any outside influences affect y'all's relationship. Now, Simone, and I appreciate for Simone saying, hey, I know I need to apologize for what I brought up at the reunion about what happened at Quad's house. Very, very tacky for you to do that, Simone. I get you did that to make your point, but your point could have been made a different way instead of you having to drop that T. She didn't want that out there. I would have respected that. Also, Toya tells her, hey, that's not really the issue, which it is. It's a part of the issue, but the issue really is how y'all handled her at Napa, which that was an issue as well. And I get Simone was like, hey, I'm not going to keep apologizing, apologizing. I think that one good heartfelt apology to sum up everything will kind of cure that. The one thing with Quad, if you're going to accept the apology, accept it and move on. Toya brought this up, like she said, Quad apologizes to me. I felt like it was heartfelt. I'm moving on. So that's something that Quad is going to have to do. You're going to have to learn how to move on and not let outside influences affect your view on the ladies. Now, while they're getting dressed, Contessa starts bringing out her stuff, and y'all, Contessa can't dress. She can't dress worth a damn. I remember other seasons and stuff, she would get dressed, and it's like, Contessa, what are you doing? But it was just real mismatch. Just like she had a tutu, a corset that was like silver, and you had this like red and black like headdress. It was real weird. It was all over the place. It just wasn't. Yeah, it was a miss, Contessa. Even Tori was like, girl, what you doing? Like, you can't go to Party City and get this cheap stuff. You look real cheap. Looked beautiful. Simone looked good. The hair, the makeup, Simone looked good. Simone, whatever you had going on this episode, bring it some more, because that was beautiful. I love the hair. It looked so full, it looked so healthy, it looked great. So speaking of that, the ladies are pulling up to the event. We see Heavenly and Jackie pulling up. Jackie said, baby, I'm not taking no shot. I'm going to scurry right on by. And then Heavenly took hers and kept on going. But it was good to see all of the ladies. Now, this is what got me. And the venue looked good. The ladies and the venue. Listen, the venue owner talking to the ladies. And she looked at Contessa. She said, "Ooh, you are giving me gladiator burlesque." Now, Contessa, that lady shaded the shit out you. Now, Contessa, if you'd have reached back in your military bag and knocked that lady across the head, you'd have been well within your right. Because she was being messy. But Contessa, you did look a mess. You was giving gladiator bustier. You was giving Queen of the Night or Queen of the Damned headdress. And then you was giving tutu like you was going to Candyland. You had too many things going on at one time. When they said when you getting dressed to take one thing off, you should have took all of that shit off and just put on. Girl, we would have preferred you in some tights, a little workout tight or something. If you were gonna come here and look a fool like that, you got children. You need to stop embarrassing them like that. These kids gonna grow up and they gonna see this, and the people is probably laughing at them at the school because you don't know how to dress on this national worldwide TV. Get it together, girl. You got good money. You and your man is doctors, and y'all been living in that same house for years. Child, get it together. Now, the ladies, the lady, the venue lady she was real messy. She was messy and she was talking about some, oh, Quad man paid for all the party. Ma'am, they didn't need to know that. They don't need, well, they can call the Better Business Bureaus on you because you don't need to be telling people business. How you know that man could be working for people, he wasn't even supposed to be there. You don't even know. Just up here spilling everybody tea. Add her to the cast because I like her messy ass, but she was good to me. So then the ladies trying to find who is Quad's man. It's like, where's Waldo? Where's Quad's man? They trying to find the man. And Heavenly ass going around, excuse me. Are you Quad's man? Let me tell y'all something about me. Y'all invite me to a party and y'all tell me your man up in here and you don't tell me who it is. Baby, I'm pulling the Heavenly. I'm going to go to everybody in here to see which one is with you. So you better tell me because I don't want to shame you down here to this bar. That's one thing about me. My friends already know. One thing about me, I'm good to embarrass somebody. So y'all better let me know up front. Anything you don't want out, you better pull me aside before we get in there because I'll go ahead and tell the people what's going on. Child, that's just me. I don't make the news, I just report it. And I was put here on this earth to do what? Report the news. And that's what I'm doing today. All right. So while the ladies are at Quad's party, it looks like the fellas are having their own little get together. They're getting some drinks and some refreshments, some libations, and all of that. And they start having a conversation about Quad. So when Dr. G gets there, him and Dr. Damon's interaction was a little weird. It was a little awkward, but Dr. G, who somebody brought up, they were like, "Thank you, Quad, for doing this." Cecil was like, "Man, we got to thank your ex-wife for putting that party together, so we can have a night off." And Dr. G was like, "No, you got to thank my current wife. You got to thank my current wife for letting me be here, or whatever." We don't give a damn by Lipton's, but I love when Eugene said, her not being there. I guess somebody was saying her, I don't know, her not being there. I'm with Eugene. It doesn't make sense for her to be there. It wouldn't be the best look for her to be there. I get for the show, it might make sense, but realistically, she wouldn't be there. Like 9 times out of 10, she wouldn't know. There wouldn't be. I can see if y'all had kids. Y'all don't even have any kids. Her wanting to be in that space just doesn't make sense. And then also too, the age gap. I can see them not really, really hanging out like that. But I'm with Eugene on that. And then also too, like when I guess Dr. G was trying to say, "Oh, is she happy?" And I'm with Eugene. Quad and they were all saying Quad said that she's happy. Quad doesn't need a man to prove that she's happy. I think that Quad is good. I think Quad is good not being with Dr. G. I truly do think she is. Honestly, Dr. G, I think that you are maybe more bothered by Quad than Quad is of you. Just saying. Um, so we already talked about the ladies trying to find Quad's man, and that was good to me. Um, Now, Quad steps out for her party. She comes out. Quad's look didn't give me burlesque. Quad was beautiful. I love the look. It just didn't give me burlesque. Um, I was just thinking for her to give me like a little Dina Fontees tee, or something like that. Something a little bit more burlesque. It honestly gave me like a Mardi Gras ball type tee. It didn't really give me burlesque, but work. Cool. Um, she looked good. But I love Heavenly Shady ass talking about some listen, needs don't work like they used to. And child, I understand, Quad. Listen, when you get older, you get up there in age, girl, things don't pop, lock, and drop like they used to. But you still look good, mama. So Quad gets the mic and she's introducing somebody, and we finally get Quad's man, y'all. Quad's got a man at home. I know that's right, Quad. Quad brought out her man, and he is fine. He's a very handsome man. So good. But honestly, will we expect anything less from Quad? Yes. Yes. You was over there with G. Shit. But whatever. But yeah, Quad, he looks good, girl. He looks good. Now, Quad, you've been hiding this man for a whole year? Why? Like, I can understand you not wanting to introduce him to the public, but for the ladies to not know, that was a little odd. And then when Simone was like, "Well, this is what I'm talking about. She doesn't let us in her life." Now, I will say this: if y'all weren't on the best footing, I can understand her not sharing that with you. Just saying. I do think it's weird for Heavenly to not know if her and Heavenly were and are as cool as they say they are. I do think that that's probably like a little weird. Um, but yeah, so, as they're having a conversation, Quad is talking to Toya about, well, she's talking to the ladies, and Toya is saying, like, "Oh, I think that you should have invited Sweet Tea." Well, Jackie said it best. "I'm not inviting my husband's ex-wife or whatever. I'm not inviting him. We don't need to be in that space." It makes sense. I think we already know. Realistically, it just doesn't fit. No one would do that. And then we switch over, and it looks like Damon and Dr. G are starting to have like their little tiff. And there were a couple of things here with this. Damon is one of those like, "Hey, I'm just trying to move on from her. My wife gonna do what she gonna do. She is who she is. I don't want no parts in that. Let the women handle them." He doesn't like to bring the men into it because he feels like it can be more. I feel like he's real traditional in that sense. Dr. G wants him to say something to Heavenly. I get that too. I feel like I can understand both perspectives just on two separate ends. Where for me, Damon, should you address what Heavenly said online about Dr. G? 100%. Dr. G, should you address Sweet Tea bringing up what Heavenly said? We all know you were saying that you feel like Damon was cheating on Heavenly. You got it from what Mariah said years ago. Stand on that. Should you address that, Dr. G? Yes. Because, like he said, you know me. She doesn't know me like that, but you do. So address that. Here is where the issue comes in at, and I feel like Dr. G, you kind of backpedal a little bit on this because you were standing in it. I would give him that. He was just like, hey, because he was like, man, you sensitive? He was like, no, like it bothers me. I'm with him on that. Stand on it. Where the problem came from me was I feel like y'all can get through that, but when Damon was like, hey, I'm sending clients or patients to you, and they're being denied, or you're not getting to those clients. And Dr. G was like, oh, I've just been so busy. Business has been so busy. Stand in that, man. Just and Dr. Damon said, I feel like that's the reason why that has been happening. Oh no, I've just been busy. I feel like that's a cop out. I don't know it to be true, but it feels like a cop out because it's just it's too convenient for y'all have a rift. Now you aren't accepting the clients that he's referring to you. But if you're accepting clients that other people are referring to you, there's an issue there. And if that's the issue, just say that that's the issue. But I'm with Damon. It's not about us. It's about these people needing help. We should be able to put our differences aside to make sure that we're doing what we are put here on this earth to do. And that is to make sure that people are well in their health and their wellness. That's what we got to make sure that we're doing. And that's kind of where the episode ended. Eugene, funny ass about something. I just want to make sure y'all were good because I'm sitting in the middle. Eugene was really, really funny. Overall, y'all, I'm sitting in about 26 minutes. I didn't think I'll be able to get this much from it. But overall, I think the episode was okay. It gave us some funny moments. I'm super excited to see Quad introducing her man to us. But y'all, that is my Married to Medicine review. All right, y'all. So this is our second Married to Medicine episode. If you are liking it, please comment, subscribe, send it to your friends, send it to your family. If you are new here, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. And y'all, thank you. We're going to keep on rocking. We should have Real Housewives of Beverly Hills dropping tomorrow. But with that being said, this is another episode of Singing the Tea. I will see y'all later. Have a good one.